Step number 7 of Motivate Yourself to Succeed. Persist. Hey, you're almost there. Stick to it. Part 2 of 2. Are there new demands on your time as you progress down your journey? Find help if you need it. Overcome, adapt, improvise. You don't need talent per se if you have a vision and passion and a hard work ethic. Talent helps, but eventually you'll pick up what you need. You'll train along the way. You'll train daily, nightly, 24/7 until your skill set has caught up with your vision. Then you'll be fine. You might just have a few pieces to the overall puzzle right now, and that's okay. Eventually, all the pieces will come together, and the grand scheme of things will make more sense. It's only natural for you to feel exhausted or want the whole process to be over tomorrow. Keep pursuing your goal despite missing links, setbacks, obstacles, criticism, etc. When you persist in doing, creating, designing, building, at some point, things will start to fall in place, and the finish line will soon be in sight. You know, the guy I knew who was once living in the gutter is now the most famous person I know making millions of dollars. Or, how about this one? Everyone thought he would turn out to be a nothing, but turned out to actually be somebody. Who knew? That's exactly right. If you listen to the naysayers, give up too early, quit before your time, if you don't persist, how will you ever know if you could become that someone, somebody you've always dreamed of? Keep working your tail off until you get your break, your talents, ideas mature, etc. Here's another one. We were desperate. We wanted to make it. Well, how desperate are you to make it? How hungry are you to make it? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want what you're after? Keep at it in the face of all adversity. Who's the boss? You are. Who has full responsibility for making decisions and realizing your dream? You do. It's your journey. You're in charge. So, no excuses, no complaining, no blaming allowed. You take full responsibility for your decisions. One of the best reasons for that is so you can claim full control over your direction and the cash reward coming to you when payday finally hits. Setbacks actually make you stronger and should encourage you to reevaluate what's working and what's not. They are learning opportunities to perfect something that might need a little more looking at. Invite them and hope you have a couple, just every now and then, just for this purpose. Be willing to sacrifice socializing outings. Too much fun, weekends and weeknights of partying and just wasting time. That time is better spent working on your dream goal. It's easy to think that we'll do something tomorrow when we really should be doing it today. Maybe you don't want your dream bad enough. Hey, stay on the track. You could achieve anything if you just persist. Watch out for the occasional errand, invitations to visit with people, and anything that forces you to stop working on your dream project. What you think might take only 30 minutes might just turn into 3 hours away from what you should be doing. What you think might take only 2 hours might turn into a 4 to 6 hour crater of time away from working on your dream goal. Think about it. Up to an hour of productive time before you leave, that you have to commit, got to prepare because you're leaving, and then 1 to 2 hours out and away, and then up to 1 hour when you get back, all that momentum is lost, that you had before you left. Total productivity time lost for that 1 to 2 hour outing is not 1 to 2 hours, but 4 to 5. Be tight with your time. Watch it like a hawk. Don't let others or events squander it away on frivolous and trivial, like I said, get-togethers and, we're just going to get together and shoot the breeze. Well, you can do that without me. I'm busy. Because, once that time is gone, you can never get it back. They may have time to kill, but you don't necessarily. Blinders on, tunnel vision, eye on the prize, stay in your lane. You'll have plenty of time for socializing after you've crossed that finish line and accomplished your mission and your goals. In fact, when you do, you may find yourself socializing in a whole new and completely different circle. Just because your goal attainment may bring different kinds or an amazing amount of rewards or ROI, return on investment. And whatever you win or get or procure, that might project you into a whole new stratosphere of friends and contacts. And you might even be more selective with the people you hang out because you'll realize these people that you were hanging out with, they don't understand you. They don't respect what you do, your hard work. Their own mindsets of laziness, procrastination, satisfied with the status quo, that doesn't jive with you anymore. You're on to bigger and better things. So keep that in mind too. It could conceivably take 1 to 5 years before you really pop it and make it big. So, trust that fate and destiny have a small but important role in determining your success and when it happens. The universe has a lot to work out with other humans also pursuing their dreams and goals. So, everything comes to those who are patient and can wait for their turn to make it big. And it's very interesting, I'll say this, because with time and the universe, look at it like a big chessboard. You're on that chessboard and the universe has to move you around to make sure that you are in line and you're going to be getting your success and you're going to win. But there are people, circumstances, marketplaces out there that need their own time to mature. That's why it doesn't always happen overnight. You have to keep working at it. You have to persist. Because as the universe is working on you, it's also working on other people, other markets, trends, and it's developing those as well. So that by the time you hit a certain point on the timeline, those markets, those people, etc., customers, whatever, they've matured. And now when you hit the marketplace, wow, you hit the ground running. And bam, you just sparked an explosion of interest in what you're doing. I can imagine for myself, certain markets are now ready for some of my material. They weren't ready 2 years ago. That was the time I was writing it, because I saw the vision. This might be needed in the future. I'm going to write for it right now. I'm going to take my time to do it. I'm going to do some other things too. And then bam, while I was working on that, the universe was working in other areas, and bam, now all things are going to collide and success is going to explode. Rock and roll. If what you're working on isn't accepted on its face, as in people don't get it, then get out there even more to promote it. Keep selling, keep pushing, persist. Keep explaining. Eventually, what you have will catch on and could take off like gangbusters. People need time and persuasion in order to move and buy things. So, that's life. Persist. There's an expression. People won't believe you or believe in you until you believe in yourself. Well, how far will you take yourself? Only I had a little setback. I'm not going to go very far. I'm going to stop. Okay, well, nobody's going to believe you. But if you persist and go and try different markets and let other people start telling your story because you persisted with maybe a different market. Now those people are telling the other people, oh, no. This is a good thing. You need to check it out. Oh, okay. I saw him or her come around once, but I didn't really think much. But now that you have, I'll check it out. From the start, you may be a beginner with a new idea or just starting out on the road to personal satisfaction. Be tenacious and hold that vision because you may experience some unfamiliar territory along the way. And when you do, imagine the joy, the excitement, and possibilities of witnessing your dreams come true. Be patient. Persist. It can take time to accumulate the right amount of energy and influence so you can do exactly that. Influence others with your compact energy pack. Remember those breaks that I mentioned you were entitled to every now and then? Treat yourself during those brief hours luxury foods, a weekend off, a night at the movies. Take care of yourself, spa treatments, motivational music. Hey, go see a concert. You're entitled to treat yourself to whatever lights your fire. Persistence can seem like a long and weary road at times, so, pull over periodically and appreciate how far you've traveled. Your goals should stretch your abilities. Otherwise, they won't be worthwhile. How long it will take you to get there should be outlined in your plan. If your plan is to build a lifestyle of freedom, one that you truly enjoy, what you do, how you do it, and how long it takes should be on your worksheet. Now, whether you are locked into 2 years or 10 years to achieve your goal, don't try to look too far down the road, per se. Focus on the day-to-day process that can give you your life meaning. Here's an interesting quote. How you climb a mountain is more important than reaching the top. Everything worthwhile requires hard work in one way or another. So yes, we want to get to the top, but we've got to focus on every step of that mountain. So in case we don't fall, we don't make mistakes. And we actually have progress every single day. It's kind of like driving too. I know where we're going, but I better pay attention to 10 feet around me on the left and the right and behind me and in front of my car, and maybe even 30, 50, 100 yards ahead. But that's all. I'm not going to be worried about 500 yards ahead or 1,000 yards ahead. Just everything that I can see for safety and progress. A healthy dose of selfishness will always help you get through the thick times. Why let someone else or others ruin your pursuit of your dreams? Persist past their negative comments. I've learned over the years that doing what I want and need to do for myself, my gains, my dreams, isn't easy. But the more I practice it, the more it becomes second nature. While still being compassionate and generous to others, it is possible to do things on your own terms to serve your end goals. Now, do I have to tell you? Push for all that you're worth. I just wanted to get that in there. Never stop at the top is another phrase that I think of often. Push for all that you're worth. Never stop at the top. You know the drill. So, using another band analogy again, the fans didn't like the first album that this band came up with. When the second album came out, they said it was so-so. The third album, it wasn't a bell ringer either. What got people excited, though, in spite of these 3 quasi-flops, was seeing the band live on stage. The group pulled back the curtains on one of those nights to see a packed house. At that point, they knew they had made it. They went from playing clubs to sell-out stadiums and auditoriums. Whatever your story is, don't give up. Press on. Persist. There is always a way around every obstacle when it comes to pursuing your dream. People also need time to come around to your vision sometimes. So you gotta persist. You gotta stick with it. They'll eventually stick with you. A good thing, right? You bet. So, persist. And before you know it, you too will be who everyone is talking about and wanting to come see live. That's when the big bucks come rolling in. And the roller coaster is about to begin. Hold on tight.